All right, well, here we go, Grunty. All right, now, always got to take a picture of you launching planes because it looks so freaking awesome. There we go. Let's wait for a little bit higher. What I want to do is I want to zoom in. If you sub, you get a glossy photo of me eating a banana.
I'll pass.
See, that looks kind of sexy, huh? I want to get the plane closer. The closer you get the plane, the better the model gets, right? So, you know, full zoom in for telephoto goodness. And something like that would be good. Yeah. Yeah. Looking at the bomb, yeah, right? Exactly. Look at that thing. It's one thing that Wargaming's done really well is the modeling of the planes. I mean, it's better than World of Warplanes even, which is kind of funny. At least I think it is. It definitely feels that way. But yeah, that's really cool. Like the mechanism to drop and everything. All right, so let's get to your game. He had an ad break coming. I'm going to snooze it. I'll run it after this replay is done. All right, looks like a straight tier 10 game. Lots of destroyers, of which none of them are a real anti-air threat, so you lucked out on that one. When I play carry, I almost find nothing but like Hollands and Smalllands and, you know, annoyingness. Now, these carriers, there's only two weapons. There's skip bombers, and torpedoes. The skip bombers, this was the first ship released with skip bombers, and it was meant as a way to test that mechanic out. Eventually, of course, we all know it turned into the Russian carrier line. Now, I'm curious why you did not pre-drop that first set of bombs before you went in and hit that. I'm guessing because you forgot, because you immediately did that in your next plane squadron. Coming in with the attack, starting way out, is a Petropavlovsk, good anti-air. So you popped your heel to ensure that your planes got through. If you found a good target, you go for drop twice with the bomb first. Okay, I see. Unfortunately, you found like a whole bunch, so you just kind of jumped in and bah. Right, you couldn't do a return. But that's a good point. With so many destroyers that have really bad anti-air, you could have theoretically run into one destroyer like that Kaba and hit, hey, SEAL, I'm doing fine. How are you? Vash, why do you pre-drop? You pre-drop to conserve your planes. You pre-drop so that you can send planes back to the carrier so they're ready to go for your next strike. It's a bit of a balance. If you think that you can get 2 drops in, then you don't pre-drop. You hold on to those planes in the squadron so you can get another one. That's what you're trying to do right now, but that pesky Petropavlovsk just appeared. And as a result, you see he's losing a lot of planes. He wants to do a second drop on the Kleber. Or the Kaba is fine too. Now, the thing about skip bombers is because you drop so far out, you can avoid an awful lot of flak and anti-air as a result. Game's been fine. We got through pretty quick. Yeah, don't pre-drop on this. I made that mistake a few times, Elusive. It was pretty funny. So I noticed a couple things here with those last two drops, Grunty. You don't drop on the third line. You drop on the second line. Why is that? Is that just for a better chance of hitting? Because I mean, you're flying through more anti-air by doing that, right? Hey SFP, how you doing? I don't remember what the abbreviation was. I met you yesterday. I'm sorry, I don't remember what it was.
Something Smith Family Paranormal.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right, Smith. Yeah. Ah, someone start up the Bismarck, of course.
Hey, let me come here and explain the second line drop here. It's
Okay.
better to type.
Sure.
So, the
Welcome
problem
aboard.
with the destroyer is that it takes quite a while for the bomb to actually land, which gives the destroyer enough time to change its distance, and then my bombs will miss.
Okay.
I have a chance if I drop on the second line. If my drop is too early, the bombs will bounce on the water, go up, and have a chance of hitting them again. Whereas if I do this on the third line, they wouldn't bounce up again because they're gone on the last line, and I would miss completely. So I find
Oh, okay.
the second line against destroyers way more effective than doing it on the third line.
Got it. Okay. Also, you just noticed, we were talking about that. When you went for that Petropavlovsk with the torpedoes, you actually used the island to cover your advance, so he couldn't see planes and he couldn't shoot the planes either until you were right on top of him. So here we go. Watch this drop. He's going to drop on the second line instead of the third. And like you said, so that gives you the ability for your bombs to skip up into it as well, which it looked like one of them just did. Okay. I'm learning something new here, guys. Hi.
Obviously, the problem with the horizontal, the vertical distance between the bombs is smaller on the last line. So ideally, you want to drop on the last line, but only if you can make sure that the bombs will actually all hit, so the target doesn't maneuver much. Sometimes you have to drop on the first line on destroyers too, because they have their AA off and you don't see them in time.
Yep.
But
it is good info. I almost wonder is that's also useful for like attacking, say, battleships or something. So you get penetrations on the upper deck instead of, or on the upper belt instead of the thicker armor side, right?
Yeah, you can do that. I usually try on battleships to come perfectly and drop on the last line, but
Okay.
just to not get too close and have a chance to do the return drop without taking too much anti-air damage. It really depends on the situation, what you want to use.
Right. But
And it's especially noticeable on the Russian CVs too, because they actually get an additional line.
Yes.
Which means it takes even longer for the bombs to actually impact the target.
Okay.
So
I have a visitor.
Is it Stevie?
It is. Hey, Puddin'.
So cute.
He is cute. Let me get the lap cam on. There. There he is. Kitty cat equals fluffy. Yes, very fluffy. Say hi to chat, Stevie. Come on, say hi to chat. There he goes.
so cute.
There he goes. He's giving you all lovings right now.
By the way, I don't know what the enemy CV is doing here. Like I think he wants to strike me and keeps me spotted, but there's actually nothing that can shoot me. So,
Captain. He well, he put planes on to keep you lit. Yes. So he's probably hoping that one of the battleships will have range. But you're absolutely right. They kind of don't on this map, right? And he could CV snipe you because he's in a Ricto, so he could drop AP rockets into you.
They don't really work against German CVs. It's too much belt armor.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that makes.
You're also doing a nice job of staying with teammates too. I'm doing fine, Captain. How are you?
If this wasn't a game with subs, I would have probably pushed up right to the island.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a little bit afraid of going too far forward.
Ah, okay. Sure.
Isn't the Immelmann a what is it? FDG hull?
Yeah, pretty much. It's not exactly the same, I think,
I think
but
it's
the
less
armor is very, very similar.
Hmm. Oof. That Petro just got whacked. All right, so now we're going to see anti-sub warfare from carriers, aka just keep the damn thing spotted.
You can't keep it spotted. It's not possible.
Oh. Well, never
The air
mind.
detection is like 2 point something kilometers. That means you have to fly right over it to even find it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you overshoot it, and by the time you turn around to spot again, it goes dark.
Hmm.
And if
Yeah.
it just dives deep enough, then it's gone and you don't find it at all. Like, there's literally nothing CVs can do against submarines. Unless the submarine is staying on the surface the whole time.
So why didn't you go for a second drop on the carrier instead of just focusing on those two battleships?
Yeah, I didn't think that the CV... There's nothing to gain attacking the CV here. Like, I can't really set him on fire because of the DCP. I don't think the CV is a threat, and especially in the position he's is, I was just figuring out that my Sherman would kill that anyway.
Okay. That's true. Hi. Best carrier talents for captain. What would you say?
So for the first 9 points, you go with the Air Supremacy, which buffs the plane regeneration time. Then as a tier 2 skill, you take the plane speed. And then you take the aircraft armor and the plane hit points on the tier 3 each. So it's
Okay.
basically 9 points, and that's mostly your basic CV build here. And from there on, it depends on what type of carrier you play. If you're torpedo focused, if you're bomb focused.
Mm-hmm. I also like how you said, carrier's really not worth it, and then there you are going after the carrier.
Yeah, I was worried that the Richthofen secondaries would kill the DD now.
Ah, okay, I see. So
It's a German CV.
That's true. That's
after
true.
all.
So your teamwork there was all about saving, protecting your friends. Got it.
Yeah, I wanted to kill too.
Fuzzy Penguin, thank you for the follow. Make sure you type exclamation point ticket in for our giveaway. Ah. And that looked like the third line.
Yes, on a battleship, like he's not maneuvering much.
Yeah.
You get the tightest aim on the last line.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, thanks, Captain Kojak.
whenever you make sure, or whenever you know for sure that the target isn't maneuvering out of that line, you want to drop on the last one.
Got it. But like I said, you had that one non-pen. So could it have been a pen if you had dropped a little bit later, forcing the up roll?
It also gives you the advantage, as you could see here. Like, I can basically do that turn completely outside his AA range and lose no planes for it at all.
That's right. That's the glory of skip bombers, which is why you're doing this attack even. Normally you'd recall, but you're going to get at least one through, so.
I was hoping I could get the Kraken here with one lucky bomb hit, maybe sniping the kill too. Like, I knew I wouldn't get another hit with the next set of planes. It would take too long.
Yep.
So might as well attack.
Speaking of protecting friends, did you see suggestions for a support CV coming? I saw some announcement about Simboto, about them being tested and stuff like that. We'll have to see what happens.
Please no. Please no.
Yeah, it's gonna be so annoying with the stun effect.
Wait a minute. You don't want to like totally wreck other people's experiences playing the game? That's all I'll say about that.
No.
Because
it's the thing is with that, like, you're still relying. Okay, you disable the consumables and everything, but you're still relying on your team then to actually do the damage. I'd rather do the damage myself.
There you go. There's as well.
Fury, what was your replay again?